Hey guys, it's been a while. What do you mean a while? What you mean? I've only been gone for like 2 weeks, bro. Bro, you've been gone for like a month. You got proof? Oh my god! Yeah, I will not do that again, y'all. But in my defense, I did get really distracted, and then school and other important stuff. But I won't be doing it again. Enjoy the compilation.
Yes, sir. Cobra Kai is back. Y'all enjoy the video. Let's get it. Y'all, it's almost been 2 years since Cobra Kai Season 5, and the wait is finally over. Last season, we packed up the main villain, Terry Silver, in his goofy-ass ponytail. I actually hated him, because me, myself, personally, I like Cobra Kai over Miyagi-Do, because it's mainly offensive-based, and Miyagi-Do is defensive counters, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit lame. Anyways, this nigga Terry is Bruce Wayne of this verse, because his power is money. Dude was literally paying refs off just to win. That shit ain't legit. I'm glad we done with this arc. Because if we had another season with his ass, I'm going to have to become Dre of this verse and knock him out. At the end of Season 5, Cobra Kai is disbanded, and that's exactly how Season 6 starts. Kenny and Robbie still got some beef, and Robbie tries to settle it. But Kenny's brother Sean steps in trying to tell Robbie to back off. I'm sitting here thinking, ain't this the same nigga who got 1v3'd by Robbie? Like, what is you finna do? I know he just trying to defend his little brother, but let's be honest, Kenny can beat that nigga ass. We cut to Johnny meeting Stingray, who he thought was Kreese. And this nigga is trying to get Johnny to bring back Cobra Kai. First of all, why is this weird EDP ass nigga still hanging out with kids? Like, I know he came in clutch last season, but this nigga need to go somewhere with his won a cupcake bill task. And second, why the fuck would Johnny bring back Cobra Kai after he almost died trying to bring him down? And third of all, arrest this nigga! How did Terry and Kreese get locked up before this nigga? We cut to Robbie trying to talk to Kenny again, and his brother steps in, and Robbie wasn't trying to fight. But Sean says, nah, let me solo and they get to boxing. But you already know, if you fuck with somebody from Miyagi-Do, backup will be coming, and Miguel comes in and sweeps Sean. Kenny tries to fight Miguel, but y'all know the outcome, he gets folded. And this trash ass nigga was finna pick up a weapon, but Tory was like, oh nah, and stops him. Kenny gets up talking about some, I don't want to hit a girl. Then Sam says, you won't. And look at his face. This is the face of the Rihanna Slayer. He tries to hit them, but they just throw his ass to the side. Kenny, come on. You not finna beat Tory or Sam one-on-one, and you really ain't gonna win if they jumping you. Sean sees Kenny get packed up and tells him, let's go. Later, he talks to Kenny and tells him not to make the same mistakes he did, and Kenny joins Miyagi-Do. Before this episode ends, we cut to Kreese training. Nigga is smoking that Terry pack, talking about some Cobra Kai is back. This dude has been arrested, killed, and he still comes back. Goddamn. This is the squad's senior year, so they're starting to look for colleges. And while they do that, they run into Kyler and that big ass nigga Hawk pieced up. But they don't want no smoke, they're chill. And they invite Miguel Hawkin to meet you to a college party. Only to find out that this nigga Kyler has been getting bitched. Bro went from high school bully to a vacuum cleaner. They got this nigga eating food off the floor. Kyler decides he's had enough, hits his bully with a 2-piece, and of course his goons came to fight. But the squad got his back and they cleared the room. While that was happening, Kreese was over here getting bit by a goddamn cobra so he can become a teacher at Cobra Kai again. He tried to ask Kim, but she was like, you gotta ask that old ass nigga over there. Who was it? It was her grandpa, aka the creator of Cobra Kai, and he sends Kreese on a mission to go get his knife, which he does, and he becomes a teacher again. We see Kreese and Kim's students training, and we get introduced to this try-hard ass nigga, Quan. This nigga right here is a 99 overall. He finna be a menace this season. This dude right here keeps fucking with Quan, so he decides he's had enough, and he challenges him to a 1v1, and they get to boxing. Quan blocks both of his kicks, and he laughing while doing it. Bro tries to kick him again, but Quan says, hell nah, my boy locked in for real. He goes for another attack, but Quan just knocks his ass out. This nigga tells his squad, where y'all going? And tells them to jump him. Quan want all the smoke. He beating their ass just because they friends with the dude he just dropped off. And of course he drops him off. He like a 99 and they are overall 40. But this dude comes back and Quan chops him in the neck, knees him, punches him in the throat, almost breaks his hand, and takes his fucking Cobra Kai symbol? I told y'all, this nigga is a menace. Hold up, he not done yet. He trips him and then does a flip kick to knock him out. I don't know who finna fight him in the Sekai Taikai, but they finna be fighting for their life. This episode, we find out that Mr. Miyagi was beating niggas up and stealing shit. Daniel has like a whole life crisis for the next 2 episodes. Talking about some, oh my god, I never knew he did this. I thought he was a good man. Why did he assault someone? How could he?
Nigga, shut up.
Motherfucker acting like his students don't be assaulting other kids over stupid shit. Go worry about that. Everyone at Miyagi-Do is training to see who goes to Barcelona for the Sekai Taikai, and only 6 can go. Look at the Asian nigga. He lost the glasses. He no longer a 60 overall. He a solid 85. Oh, yo. They end up doing some challenge, and we see the top 4 are Robby, Tory, Miguel, and Sam. They're locked to go to Barcelona. And they do another challenge with Devin the Crash Out. You will see why I call her that later. Kenny, Dimitri, and Hawk. They end up having to find 2 flags. If you find one, you win. Devin and Kenny end up taking the same path, but there's something wrong with Kenny. This nigga gotta take a fat ass shit, cause Devin the Crash Out wanted to go so bad she hoed Kenny. As much as I don't like Kenny, I do feel sorry for the little nigga. And Devin is one of my favorite characters, and to see her do this is so tough. And Lapusso was laughing at Kenny, which makes him think that he did this to him. So maybe in part 2 or 3 we're gonna see what that leads to. I personally think Kenny is either gonna go back to Cobra Kai or straight up beat Lapusso's ass. Or maybe not. They've been hyping him up to have potential, so we'll see. Dimitri and Hawk end up fighting for a flag, and they have been having some beef because Hawk didn't apply to MIT because he didn't know where he wanted to go to college. And Dimitri is being a salty ass motherfucker. And they have this trash ass nigga beat my 99 overall Hawk. Y'all was mad as fuck because y'all make him lose to this sorry ass nigga? Oh nah. So now we have our 6 going. Miguel, Tory, Sam, Robby, Dimitri, and Devin. In this episode, the squad has to find out who's going to be the team captains. And the day before that happens, this nigga Robby training outside, having flashbacks of losing, getting 2nd place and shit, and he going crazy. He locked in for real. Out of nowhere, Miguel tells Robby, no matter what happens, I have no beef with you. Winning this could change my life. And Robby like, just cause I'm not going to college, my life ain't worth changing. I really thought they was finna start boxing here, but nah, they saved it for the next day. We find out that Tory's mom got slimed out, and I don't know if it's just me. Y'all let me know if y'all think it is too, but I think she was killed. I only say this cause her hand is balled up in a fist. I know it's a stretch, but we'll see. Robby and Miguel fight each other for team captain. Miguel takes the 1st and the 2nd round, but then his girl shows up, and Robby locks in. The power of love ass nigga. Look at Robby, he focused as fuck. He starts blocking all of Miguel's attacks like it's nothing, and he proceeds to body Miguel 3 times in a row. The last round he was smiling. The disrespect on my goat Miguel. I really wanted him to win, but I guess Robby just like that. And then we get Crash Out Tory versus Sam. Sam takes the 1st round. 2nd round, Tory starts fighting aggressive as shit on that Cobra Kai. And she takes the 2nd round. She's still hitting Sam after winning. And everyone is just looking around like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Sam takes the next round. The last round, Tory goes on Seto Kaiba levels of Crash Out. And Tory just starts going stupid, and she winds this punch up ready to knock the living shit out of Sam. But Daniel catches it and stops the fight, and he tells her she can't fight anymore. And Tory leaves Miyagi-Do. We cut to Daniel looking in Miyagi's box of old stuff, and he finds a headband that was his. And we find out that Mr. Miyagi fought in the Sekai Taikai. He turns the headband and finds blood on that shit. Oh yeah, that boy Miyagi was scrapping for real. The squad pulls up for the Sekai Taikai. Devin all happy and shit like she ain't cheat to get here. My boy Robby got a bun and no cap. Hawk's Hawk this season was a 2-pack of ass. Bro was not cooking. And here comes overall 99, Quan with Cobra Kai. And then Tory walks in with a Cobra Kai fit. And look at Sam. I'm really finna get my shit rocked for real. Y'all, Mad Tory is a 99 overall. She winning all the women shit. And I don't know who finna beat this try-hard ass nigga. My thoughts is that Cobra Kai is gonna win it all. But then again, we have really only seen 2 people on their squad, Tory and Quan. But I'm sure the rest of their squad is cold, at least cold enough to beat Dimitri trash ass. And it ends there. We ain't getting part 2 till November, and part 3 is in fucking 2025. But I'm excited to see what they do with season 6. It is the last season, and I'm sure the ending will connect to the new Karate Kid movie that's going to be starring Daniel and the GOAT, Mr. Han. This video was just like my thoughts on part 1, just a little recap. But I'm sure part 2 is going to have some banger ass fights, and you best believe I'm making a video. Let me know.
Another Cobra Kai event, let's get it! The announcer explains the first event. And basically, if you're the captain and you hit the mat, your whole team is out. And if you hit the mat and you're not the captain, you're out. The event starts and Dimitri already gets knocked out. Bro literally didn't even last 10 seconds. I know you got knocked out by Quan, bro, but you gotta last longer than that. Come on, man. We got Robby and Miguel working together, fighting these dudes. We even get a little bit of Miguel versus Quan. Miguel catches a random blacking and knocks her out. Devin gets knocked out by Tory. Hawk does a crash out punch. This nigga think that BO6 Omni movement gonna save him. Of course that dumbass shit did not work. Bro got kicked and then kicked again. Took a full foot to the face. I know that shit stinks. Hawk gets out and then we get Robby versus Quan and Tory versus Sam. While they're having their ones, Miguel is packing randoms up. And y'all, Robby is not locked in for real. And y'all about to see why. Quan does 3 kicks, only to get the third one caught. He counters with another kick, only for Robby to weave it. Quan's going crazy on offense, got Robby playing defense. Until Robby catches him, knees him, and turns him. And it's right here that he decides to sell the bag. Cause bro turns his head to Tory mid-fight. And y'all, he does this multiple times this season. And every time he did it, I swear to God that I wanted to hit this nigga through the screen. Quan punches him, flips him over. Robby gets out the chokehold, throws a punch, only for Quan to dodge it. He grabs Robby, and look at his face. He knows he's cooked. Quan takes out Robby, which eliminates Miyagi from the match. We move on to the last 2 teams, Cobra Kai and the Iron Dragons. And the Iron Dragons know that Cobra Kai cannot guard them. So they send 4 of their niggas to the bench and leave the 2 sweatiest motherfuckers in this shit, Zara and Axel. Watch how quickly they fold Cobra Kai. Quan and his teammate go for Axel only for him to weave. And Axel was wasting no time because he immediately takes his teammate down. He turns around and he easily packs up Quan. While that's happening, Tory gets out as well. Come on, Quan, bro. I glazed you so much in the part 1 of this. I'm not gonna lie, they did Quan very dirty this season, but I'm not gonna say anything. Let's keep going. Zara, being a menace for no reason, walks up to Tory and was like, "Welcome to Barcelona, bitch." They walk back to their sensei and Johnny was trying to take a peep at who it was. Bro, hold on. Is that Cole from Mortal Kombat? They sensei deadass is the same dude who was boxing Goro. Yeah, everybody in this competition is cooked. We start the next episode off with everybody taking straight L's. Even Sam and Robby are taking L's, bro. Y'all supposed to be the team captains. Miguel was out here getting jumped and winning. And y'all can't win a one-on-one? And Miguel carries so hard this episode too, y'all finna see. They finna give Miguel another back injury. Bro was moving like 2016 LeBron in the finals. Look at Miguel's face, he's tired of losing. His teammates are bum-ass niggas. Daniel gets ready to go on a side mission to get more information on Mr. Miyagi. The boys are having a conversation in a room. Yo, Miguel, you good, bro? No, all you niggas are selling me. You haven't done shit this season, Hawk. You lost to Dimitri, bro. That fight didn't count, the writers unbalanced me. Robby walks in acting like he's not the captain and he's selling the team. Daniel finally makes it to the location but gets snuck in the back. We cut to Axel getting his ass beat by his master and Sam is watching. And I'm gonna just say this. As OP as Axel is, he is a weird ass nigga. We gonna find that out later. We cut to the next competition and basically if you fall off the platform, you lose. Johnny's coaching him up, telling him to use Cobra Kai. And Sam was like, my father would want balance. Well, that nigga's not here. We're doing Cobra Kai. Devin's up first, and while she's fighting, Johnny is trying to coach her. And I ain't gonna lie, he coaching like Doc Rivers, straight trash. Look at my Bucks, they're 4-9. Devin ends up getting bodied. We cut to Daniel and bro wakes up in a dog cage, captured by thugs. We're back to the competition and Miguel's up next. His opponent immediately tries to grab him. And look at his foot, bro's about to fall. But Miguel needs that nigga twice. And right here, the Miyagi puts in work. Watch how he defends with precision. Block, 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 move. Get that shit out the way. Miguel pushes him and winds up a punch, but he moves out the way. And his opponent grabs him again. Who gonna let bro know this is not sumo wrestling? Miguel breaks out and he flips his arm over. Kicks him, moves his foot from his opponent's kick. And Miguel overwhelms him with the offense and kicks him off the platform. They head to the locker room to have a team meeting. I'm not gonna lie, you niggas are trash right now.
Why are you getting mad at us? My dad was here, we could have won. As a matter of fact, you don't deserve to wear that gi.
Oh, hell no. What you say about my sensei? I said he's ass. And you are too. I don't even know how you got here. Out of nowhere, Dimitri brings up MIT and Hawk tells this man to shut the F up. Everybody, chill. Nah, you should take your own advice, buddy. Miguel walks out, and then so does everybody else. Devin finally comes clean to Johnny about cheating to get to the competition. Johnny really doesn't care, and he forgives her. Johnny, kick this bitch off the team. She literally just been taking straight L's, bruh. Daniel finally escapes the dog cage, runs into a nigga that knows karate, and I'm not finna go over this lame ass fight. Daniel notices that he has a Cobra Kai tattoo, which makes him assume that Kreese set a hitman out on him. Daniel throws that nigga through a table and escapes. We cut back to Robby and Miguel. Miguel, what's wrong, bro? Nigga, I keep getting jumped. I'm out here 2v1ing and winning, and you're losing. You're selling. But what about Tory? Bro, stop thinking about her. She's literally a op. Either give me your headband or get good. We cut to the next competition, and basically you have to knock these niggas off the platform. And if you get knocked, a teammate can sub in for you. Y'all gotta see how Axel and Zara were moving, cause this shit was crazy. The opponent walks up looking at Zara and was like, nah.
I want that nigga. Axel moves out the way, chops that nigga in the arm, throws him to Zara for an assist. She hits that nigga with a combo, had that nigga stumbling. And the worst part is, he was going to fall, but this nigga Axel catches him. And Zara sends that nigga flying with a kick. Nah, these niggas out here moving like Kobe and Shaq. Tory and Yoon going crazy. She kicked that bitch so hard that she lost her tooth. Bro, Tory kicked her so hard, I thought her neck snapped. Bro, look, she's dead. Robby watching all of this like, there goes my baby. Next up is Miyagi though, and they start with Sam and Robby. Robby and Sam are going in until Robby decides he wants to look at Tory. Bro left himself wide open for a kick. Johnny on the sidelines like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Lock in. And Robby gets kicked off the platform. They tag in Devin to replace Robby. Devin starts with a low sweep only for her opponent to raise her leg. She follows it up with 2 more kicks. She grabs her opponent into a knee and follows it up with another kick, eliminating her opponent. Them legs lethal. Sanji would be proud. Sam gets snuck from behind and Johnny was like, use that weak ass Miyagi though. And you already know, Sam locks in. She hits that nigga with a weave and proceeds to block everything he threw at her. She hits that nigga in the face and throws him off. The next opponent walks in and Sam shrugs her shoulders like she really about to do something. And she proceeds to get folded immediately. You are trash. They sub in my goat Hawk, who has been very fraudulent this season. Hawk throws his opponent and turns to Devin for an assist, and they start JJK jumping his ass. Devin notices that the opponent Hawk took down is about to get back up. Decides to take out the opponent along with herself. And they sub in their worst player, Dimitri trash ass. He pulls up looking like he don't even know where he at. He starts boxing and he dead ass kicks Hawk in the back on accident. Oh shit, my bad, bro. This nigga is trash. Yell's the last man standing, and before he leaves, he tells Robby, let me show you how it's done. He waits and blocks both of his opponent's kicks. He waits for them to attack again, but blocks them all. He sneaks in a quick punch right here. And then he proceeds to block both of these niggas' attacks at the same time. And he didn't do it once, he did it twice. This nigga is too cold. He kicks this nigga on the ground, hits his teammate with a right hook, blocks the attack and sends that nigga on the ground with a smack. He blocks the kick and disables this man's left leg. Got that boy kneeling on the ground. He knees him in the face, turns around, weaves and does some Black Widow ass shit. Before he gets up, he kicks this nigga, turns around and kicks this nigga off the mat. Nigga weaves, gets up, and kicks this nigga off the platform. I'm that nigga! These niggas really thought that they were Captain Winter Soldier. Hell no. Fast forward, Johnny and Miguel have to leave because there's something wrong with his mom's pregnancy. Johnny asked Miss LaRusso's wife to go get Kenny to replace Miguel. Go fuck with them enemy soldiers. Off the mat. This is war. Nigga, you are not a sergeant and this is not the military. Miss LaRusso pulls up on Kenny to see if he would like to join the team, but he was like, nah, y'all niggas made me shit myself. And he still thinks that Anthony did it even though it was really Devin. Sam goes for a walk and she sees Axel training. They talk for a bit and eventually she asks him to join her on the walk. Miyagi though is out chilling. This nigga Dimitri gets caught cheating. Bro taking L's on and off the mat. Trash. Quan walks up to Robby at the bar. Torio go, right? I just hit that. Robby stands up and I thought they was really finna box right here, but he does nothing. Sam and Axel are walking down the alley and out of nowhere, Quan and Yoon come out to press him. And I mean, Quan was really trying to press him. Nigga talking about some, I'll take you both on. Knowing damn well he cannot guard this nigga right here. Everybody runs away before the cops come, and Sam and Axel are at the beach again. Axel done caught feel for Sam because he just tried to kiss her. Weird. My God, you only went on a walk. You're weird. You barely even know her. And Axel start acting real weird after this. Sam denies him and he leaves. Anthony apologizes to Kenny for all he's done to him, and Kenny decides to join Miyagi though. Kenny gets a phone call and it's from Devin, and she admits that she made Kenny shit his pants. Kim and Chosen are at the bar, and out of nowhere they just start boxing. Chosen grabs her hair and then they start getting freaky. Chosen got game. I see you, nigga. Miguel and Johnny arrive at the hospital to find out that his mom is completely fine, and she tells them to go back to the tournament and win it. Why they made these two leave and come back the same episode, we will never know. Kim and Chosen are hanging out when they see the dude that attacked Daniel. They follow him to a hotel where he's staying, and they call Daniel and Kreese to join up. They follow him to his room, and guess who's in there?
Terry Silver, bitch ass.
They all find out that Terry Silver owns the Iron Dragons. And the dude that attacked Daniel earlier is a nigga from Karate Kid 3 who got packed up by Daniel. Bro really held a grudge for 34 plus years.
Weird. Buddy, you're weird.
He gets out of the bathtub talking about something. It's time for my massage. Y'all gotta go. Man got his meat all out. This is not a Diddy party, sir. Put that away. Miguel, Kenny, and Johnny arrive. Devin talks to Kenny about fleecing him for this competition. He forgives her. And Dimitri was talking to Sam, and he was like, hold on. This nigga Kenny might be a double agent. If Terry's back and he's here, something is wrong. We cut to the next part of the competition, and y'all, they was really boxing. The way these niggas was moving, oh my God, immaculate. Before the competition, Axel, being the weirdo he is staring Miguel down. It should be me standing next to that silver. Bro, what is this nigga staring at? We gonna start off with Mexican Hawk versus Dimitri. Dimitri could not hold this man. Boy got in 2 blocks and he started to move. Dimitri, that ass, could not get a single hit on this man. Bro was getting cooked so bad, Hawk was like, bro, sub me in. Dimitri says no, acting like he's not a free point. Bro, you're getting cooked, sub me in.
Try!
Why is Dimitri even here? Sam gets subbed in and she starts applying the pressure. Brody had to tag in his teammate. He couldn't take it. Sam is blocking and leaving everything she got. Hey, watch some toes. Sam starts posing, asserting her dominance. She waits for her opponent to attack, counters, blocks, gets on point. They sub in Hawk while the other team subs in this dude that screamed too much. He blocks everything that Hawk throws at him. I think it's time for a counter. Get off me! And he starts applying that pressure. Hawk could not guard this man. They really nerfed Hawk this season. Season 5 Hawk is not losing to this. Kenny says to tag him in, but Dimitri was like, you cannot trust that man, so he subs in Robby. Robby was like, bro, what are you doing? He was caught so off guard he couldn't even fight. Look how fast they got a point on this man. Robby is dead ass getting cooked. Bro, you supposed to be team captain. He blocks and moves her to the side, and he tries to sub in Miguel. Where you think you going, bro? We not done with you. Robby immediately gets cooked, gets a point on him, and now Miyagi-Do was in the elimination round. We on to the elimination round, and Miguel is up first. He starts with a kick, left, right. Get that shit out the way. What are you doing? That's an easy block. Oh, nah, where you going, buddy? Come here. I'm behind you now. Miguel gets his next 3 attacks blocked and decides it's time to sub in Robby. Robby starts off with a kick. Get that shit out the way. Oh, nah, you just missed me. And Robby scores a point on him. They tag in their captain to fight Robby. And Robby is putting that Miyagi-Do to work. He out here moving. They both do some Matrix-ass move. Kenny tells Robby to sub him in. Robby subs in Kenny while the other team subs in their captain. And I'm not gonna lie, my boy Kenny was cooking. Everything Kenny throws is getting blocked, but it don't matter. He's applying that pressure on offense. Kenny weaves into a spin move, into a punch, and gets a point on a captain. And he not done yet. He farming this nigga for points. Kenny rolls over and he hits that man with a shot. Nah, that could not be me. Imagine getting laid out like that by Kenny. But no, with all due respect, I am sorry for all the slanders, Kenny. I'm truly sorry. I was not familiar with your game. And y'all, next month, expect to see Kenny on the channel. Like, I'm gonna do something special. I'm gonna keep it a secret though. Back to the video. Kenny wins it all for them and they move on. And he flicks off Terry Silver. Kenny is him. We move into the next segment, and first up is Tory versus Robby. And Robby was getting absolutely cooked. I know that's your girl, bro, but come on, smack her. Tory gets a point on Robby and he subs in Sam. And no cap, Sam kind of folds her. Sam waits, blocks. She blocks all of Tory's attacks into a kick. She grabs Tory and lays her out. While she's on the ground, she subs in Quan, and Sam knows she's about to get cooked. I forgot to mention this, but Robby got drunk and did something with Zara. That's why they're arguing right now. And Robby thought that she was with Quan because he was doing stuff with her at the bar, even though it was just a mind game. Quan scores a point on Sam and she subs in Miguel. And Quan subs out for his other teammate. Tory tells Robby that he got played. He turns his head to Quan and just starts staring him down. I'm finna whoop his ass. We cut to Miguel scoring a point on his trash ass. And this next fight gotta be one of the best fights I have ever seen in this show. Yoon subs in and so does Dimitri. Dimitri immediately starts attacking, but he's getting his shit blocked and weaved. Yoon hits him with a pump fake and this dumbass actually falls for it. Why is he on the squad? Dimitri kicks Yoon and subs in Hawk, and he immediately flies in applying that pressure. Hawk eventually starts to block and weave, and he backs up just enough to sub in Dimitri. Dimitri comes in and he really don't do too much. He really just doing a bunch of running. Dimitri subs Hawk back in, and his teammate is trying to sub in for Yoon, but Hawk sees that, and he stops Yoon mid-animation from switching. Y'all, Yoon is getting tired. He can't keep doing this. Dimitri subs in and he starts pressing Yoon. Kenny rolls on Dimitri's back, subs in, and he starts getting to work on offense. Look at the face Yoon makes before Kenny hits him with the Omni movement. Yoon tries to sub in his teammate, but Hawk was like, nah, and kicks his hand out the way. Hawk opens him up, grabs both of his arms, and kicks him on the ground for a point. This fight was so cool. The writers were really cooking with this one. Next up, we got Miguel versus Quan, and I'm not gonna lie, this shit was trash. It's just so underwhelming how easily Quan got a point on this man. And it makes no sense with the massacre that's about to happen right now. Robby subs in, and he did not come to play. He was bitching Quan this whole fight. Quan goes for a kick. Nigga, get that shit out the way. Quan hits him with the... and he locks in. Robby initiates, and Quan starts blocking and weaving until Robby runs up on him and hits him with a triple kick. Had him stumbling. And pay attention to every kick that Robby throws. And this man Quan is really doing everything he can to hit Robby, but it's just not working. And Quan is really sitting here laughing and shit. Like, bro, this is not a game. Robby really finna rock your shit. Quan throws a punch only for Robby to kick him and had him stumble. Quan tries to kick Robby, but Robby kicks him, had him stumbling again. Robby throws out 2 kicks and the second one connect. Quan's teammate is like, bruh, sub me in. You're getting cooked. Quan just ignores him. Robby weaves, blocks, and throws Quan on the ground. Quan gets back up and Robby grabs him again. Who said you could get back up, nigga? And Robby grabs Quan by the hair. Look how he got my guts. Quan breaks out, but Robby was like, nah, get back on that floor. And look how he gets up. Nigga, you're not light-skinned. Quan starts kicking, but Robby starts weaving. He accidentally runs into Tory. Quan throws another kick, and Robby throws another one of them strong-ass kicks. Robby starts attacking, and Quan starts blocking. Robby weaves the right, catches his arm, and kicks him again. And Robby's still not done. He kicks him again. Quan and Robby both let out a scream, and they get ready to clash. Quan and Robby start running at each other, and Robby lays that nigga out, eliminating Cobra Kai from the tournament. Now this is a fake ass dub. You telling me a balanced Miguel can't get a hit on Quan, but a balanced Robby can? Robby is not better than Miguel. Honestly, this should have been Miguel's dub. Anyways, I take back everything I said about Quan in the part 1. If you don't know what I said, I'm gonna play it right here.
Y'all, this nigga is a menace. Hold up, he not done yet. He trips him and then does a flip kick to knock him out. I don't know who finna fight him in the Sekai Taikai, but they finna be fighting for their life.
Is this nigga serious?
Daniel finds out that Mr. Miyagi killed somebody in his match. Everyone's waiting in the lobby, and Axel is pressing Miguel again. Watch him lose in part 3 because of Sam. I'm calling it now. Quan starts pressing Robby because he's salty about that L he took. We cut to Kreese, and Unk is dead ass sharpening his knife, getting ready to slime out Terry Silver. Unk, I know he got you arrested, but at the end of the day, it's just over some karate. And he was really about to do it. It's 3-on-1. He still was like, nah, fuck it, I'ma go do it. But a message from the PA system alerts everybody, telling him to go to the lobby. The announcer announces that somebody was cheating, and it was the Russians. They get eliminated for cheating, and Cobra Kai replaces them. And now they're back into the competition. We see Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do go on a training arc before the competition. We also see the old squad watching the competition from the TV. We cut to Quan versus Diego, and he was beating his ass. Nigga, look at the score. Bro only scored 2 points. Next up is Axel versus Robby. And Axel was straight cooking this man on defense. He deadass could not land a hit. But no cap, this fight is kinda ass until Axel punches the shit out of Robby. That's the only cool part about this fight. So I'm gonna get to the good part. Axel throws Robby into Quan, and Quan elbows him. And Miguel's not just gonna let that slide for his homie. He tries to go deal with Quan, but Axel for no reason just pushes him. Are you that salty, bruh? Bro 6'3" and gets no bitches. Waste of height. The announcer's trying to break all this up before they start boxing. But before he can, the sensei of the Russian squad that got eliminated crashes out and knocks out the announcer. And all these young niggas just start boxing. Look at all these YNs boxing on live TV. Bro, they even fighting the people that work here. Like, bro, she grabs her and throws her through a table. While this is happening, this nigga Bert talking about something. Bro, we should have gone on that plane. Nigga, what are you gonna do? And y'all, there's just so much boxing going on that I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the part everybody came for. Quan versus Axel. Axel sneaks Quan and throws him to the side. Axel uses his left 3 times, but it don't work. Quan weaves the right, but Axel has 99 overall defense, so when Quan tried to counter it, did not work. Axel grabs Quan, throws him on the ground, and kicks him straight into the camera. And he starts crashing out right in front of the camera. Quan finds Kreese's knife because Kreese's stupid ass dropped it. Quan picks it up and gets back to boxing. He uses the triple kick into a 4th, and this right here is where it happens. They both jump into the air and Axel kicks him on the leg mid-air, making him fall onto the knife. Quan's scream alone was loud enough to make everybody in the room stop boxing. I'm gonna play the scream for y'all right here. That shit was gut-wrenching. Daniel turns him over and Quan's just dead. And the season ends with the announcer telling him to cut the cameras. Part 2 was absolute cinema. The writers absolutely cooked. The hands were amazing. Only thing I don't like was how they kind of fleeced Quan.
Yes, sir. Cobra Kai is finally over, and you already know I gotta talk about it.
Here's the timestamps if you just came for the fights.
Sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and prepare for the evisceration of Robby. I can't stand Robby. I can't stand him. We start the episode off with Quan's funeral after the Quan incident. We get a conversation between Kreese and Kim, and Kreese blames himself for what happened to Quan. We're on Robby and his family trying to figure out his future, and it's not looking too good. Even the counselor knows he's trash. She was like, he's unlikely to go to college, and he's unlikely to go professional in his chosen sport. Stick to a trade. We got a school counselor calling Robby trash before GTA 6. That's tough. We cut to Mr. Braun getting a massage, and out of nowhere, this nigga appears.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
And you already know what type of timing he on. He trying to bring the Sekai Tai guy back. Theory is trying his best to convince him, and Braun says the only way the tournament is gonna come back is if all the senseis agree to bring it back. We're back to Kreese and Kim, and they're talking about coming back into the tournament, and then this nigga walks in talking about some, we go to tournament. They take one of us. We take one of theirs. Nigga! Quan's death was an accident. And he trying to spin back and catch another body. Nigga, it's just karate. He tells them that they're finna turn you into the LeBron of karate. And he whips out a new technique that he wants to show his students. We see them training and Kim is using the technique on a training dummy, and bro, this new style of fighting requires you to dig into your enemy like, bruh. I'm glad these niggas are not coming back to the tournament. Cause do you know how many bodies would have been caught? Kim's grandpa's having a convo with Kreese. I used to have special student, just like Quan. His name Turner. He go to war and did not come back. And it turns out Turner was that one nigga Kreese slimed out while he was in the war. He calls Yoon up and he was like, nah buddy, you not fighting a dummy, you finna fight an actual person. We learn by punishment. Punishment for being bitch niggas. Punishment for losing. Hit him harder! And Yoon hits a combo on him, and you know that shit hurt. Silver's on his boat and Braun calls him. Listen bro, the tournament is not finna happen. Let me guess, La Pusso's the reason? You know it. His goon asks him if he needs his medicine, and he tells the captain he needs to go to the Val. And you already know he finna do some crazy ass shit. Him and her grandpa are talking, and then Kreese walks in, and he tells them that they are not going back to the Sekai Taikai, and that he sent Yoon away. You a whole ass nigga. Give me my knife. He gives it back and walks away. I know you want to take my press. And to do that, you must slime out Kreese. Bro, what is up with this dude and murder, bro? Nobody has to die. It's just karate. We back to Johnny. He hops in the test drive, and guess what happens? He gets kidnapped by Terry. Bruh. So that's what we doing now? We kidnapping people over karate. This show cannot be real. Terry drives Johnny back to the car lot and hands him his card. And then he walks off. Later on, Johnny pulls up with Terry to talk about the tournament. Terry says he's not gonna cheat, but you already know that's a goddamn lie. Johnny and Daniel aren't buying it, so Terry lets him know why he wants this so bad. He lets him know that this is literally all he has. And he's dying? You gotta feel bad for him. But nah, he too crazy for me to feel bad because this nigga crashes out in this part too. As always, Daniel and Johnny agree to bring the tournament back. We're back on Kim and they make it seem like she is finna slime out Kreese while he's sleeping. But nah, she finna slime out her own grandpa. You tried to sneak a real nigga. Try me, bitch. But evil Uguay got hands and he packs her up real quick. He starts to choke her out so bad she gets flashbacks of him doing the same shit to her as a kid. And I'm guessing he got that old man strength because how is this even possible, bro? He like 90 years old. She breaks his hold and I shit you not, straight up kills the nigga. I know he probably deserved it, but you gotta admit this shit is crazy. Another body has been caught over karate. And you wanna know what's even worse? You don't see no more of the Korean niggas until the last episode. And even then it's for like a second. Who wrote this? We finna box. Daniel lets everybody know that the tournament is back on. A month passes and everyone is training for the Sekai Taikai. Chosen, Daniel and his wife are talking until he gets some mail from Kumiko. He opens the mail and gets a letter from her that says she loves him, but as a friend. Damn, I know that shit hurt. My goat got friend zone. But that's okay. He got somebody better in the lineup anyways. Nigga, fuck Kumiko. You got another ABG that look like this. Oh boy! How could Dimitri pull up to help Robbie train with AI? It's called Nigga Chain AI Layer 2, and it's gonna give you the hands. He puts on the VR goggles, and Miguel turns into Axel. The AI basically knows all his moves, so this is perfect for training. Robbie asks what are his odds of winning. He checks it, and that shit says 12%. Robbie's getting straight bodied. He asks how he's doing, and he checks his success rate again, and that shit's even worse. 4%? You was getting your ass beat so bad, it dropped by 38%. Sam and Tory are training, and when they finish, Sam tries to get Tory to fight in the tournament, but she refuses. Robbie's walking around mad, and I would too if I only had a 4% chance to beat Axel. Miguel comes in to give him a prep talk. Get back out there. The writers are not done hoeing you. Robbie's hyped up, and he gets back to training. Tory's explaining to Sam how Cobra Kai keeps taking shit from her, and Sam tells Tory that she finna hoe Miguel and not go to UCLA, but instead go to school in Japan. Tory tells her to tell him the truth, and I don't even think she even tells Miguel. He literally finds out for himself. She didn't even listen to Tory's advice until she got caught.
She belongs to the streets.
Robbie's locked in on training and he putting in that work. His success rate is at 42%. Johnny pulls up on Carmen because she's about to give birth and he takes this time to ask her to marry him and she says yes. Everyone pulls up to the room including Johnny's pastor friend who's there to marry him. The baby is born and they name her Laura and you know she finna be better than Robbie. She spawned in with the chance to learn Cobra Kai and Miyagi at the same time. Off rip. How do you even beat that? We get the promotion video for the Sekai Taikai and see who's fighting who. We got Sam versus Tory and Robbie versus Axel. Terry's portion of the video pops up and he capping hard as hell talking about some
Miyagi and I were good friends.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Why are you always lying? Kreese pulls up on Tory to say sorry to her. I know I failed you and I'm sorry. Tory asks if Yoon's gonna fight and he tells her no. The only person who's going to be fighting is you. We get to the tournament and Kreese says thank you to Johnny for saving him in Barcelona and he apologizes to him for treating him like shit when LaRusso beat him. Low key, if I didn't do what I did to you, you probably would have been in the Sekai Taikai. The Kreese character development is going crazy right now. Before the first fight, they have a moment of silence for Quan and bro, these niggas are munching on nachos making a bunch of noise. Like damn. The disrespect is crazy. We already know the writers finna hoe you, just lock in. Terry talking to Wolf about some, we got the better fighters, and if it gets close, just injure the shit out of these niggas. Bro, it's just karate, it's not that serious. On a side note, you wanna know who would thrive on the Iron Dragons? Draymond Green. Y'all wanna get somebody who injured niggas for fun? Get him. Bro, why are we doing this? And they get to boxing. Robbie gets a block, weaves, and jumps over the sweep. And Robbie's defense is looking a-okay. That AI really came in clutch. Got the Sharingan activated. He already know all of Axel's moves. He kicks Axel and gets a point. They reset and Axel does some shit that was not in the AI training program. Had Robby like, oh shit, I'm cooked. He blocks, weaves, blocks, and weaves again, gets opened up, and Axel scores a point. And he was not playing on defense because he was blocking everything that Robby threw at him. He opens him up again and gets another point. Y'all ain't slick. I see the complete airball this man threw. He's not finished with the combo. He does a sweep into a kick that gets blocked, but it doesn't matter because he didn't block this next one. Axel gets another point. He does whatever in the world this is and kicks Robby, but it's not a point because he blocked it. Axel weaves, blocks, and grabs Robby by his wrist, gets a quick knee in. He gets another knee in and moves Robby to the side. He tries to use his left hand, but Axel was like, nah. He does it again, and he tries to use his left leg, and Axel was like, no, and gets another point. They go to their senseis, and Sensei Wolf is tweaking.
Why are you smiling?
Damn. Can't even enjoy beating Robby's ass. Robby's talking to his squad. I don't know what to do. The writers are cooking me. They tell him to lock in and he does just that. They walk back to the night and bro, I can't be the only one who notices this. Why does Robby always smile before he's about to do something? I don't know what he happy for. He finna lose the plot. They start boxing. Robby goes for a block and Axel just throws him to the side. And Robby is going crazy on defense. Look how he weaves under this kick. He gets back up and gets in 2 blocks. Weaves and takes an elbow to the nose, but he eats that shit. Weaves, counters into another counter, blocks, and gets 2 quick hits in and gets the point. He opens himself up and Axel gets a point. Weaves, moves Axel's arm, gets blocked. Axel blocks Robby's kick. He catches the next one and Robby kicks the shit out of that nigga. Okay, Robby, I see you. Robby blocks and catches a right hook to the face. He returns the favor by making Axel eat an elbow, bro. This shit getting good. These niggas really going blow for blow. Axel weaves and gets 2 knees in, only for Robby to do a spin move kick for a point. Axel does this clean ass double spin kick for a point. I don't even blame Robby for getting hit. I would have got hit by it too. That move gotta be the equivalent of a Wimby fadeaway. How do you guard it? Robby defends until Axel gets in another right hook. I ain't even gonna lie, Robby has been eating them hooks. He blocks, gets his kick blocked, and then gets weaved, and Axel gets a hold of him. And he hits Axel with the Uno reverse, and he kicks the shit out of this nigga. I see you, Robby, I see you. And Miss LaRusso is turned the up. Has she ever been like this for Sam? They go to their senseis, and basically, Robby has to knock out Axel in order to win. Axel talks to Wolf, you better break that little nigga leg or I'm gonna beat your ass. And they get to boxing. Robby gets 2 blocks and Axel gets on defense and he waits for Robby to open himself up. Robby does a clean ass spin kick only to get weaved, and y'all know what the plot demands. He has to lose.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And Axel breaks Robby's leg. Hey! He screams so loud I got flashbacks of the Quan incident. Daniel's trying to talk to the ref saying that Axel should have got disqualified, but he gives the NBA ref response. Oh, sorry. I ain't see shit. We all know your parlay was on Axel. And Axel had Miguel tweaking. You know he had to get it back in blood for Robby. Hey bro, I know you know how to do that Mr. Han shit. You don't look. Nigga rig broke. Robby's talking to his dad. The writers can hate me, dad. I was cooking them. Why won't they let me win? Nah, but for real though, Robby tells his dad that he may have lost, but karate has given him so much in his life. His friends, his girlfriend, and even his dad. And they hug it out. It's announced that Robby isn't going to be moving on, and if Cobra Kai doesn't get a replacement for Quan, Axel's gonna win by default. Daniel has a dream where Mr. Miyagi is running the fade with these skeleton goons. I glazed you so much. Was it not enough? Daniel-san, I never told you to graze. You just a weird. Not but for real. Miyagi tells Daniel that there's no need to fight. Sam tells Daniel that she's finna drop out and he lets her know that it's okay. And Johnny was like, what the hell, bro? Robby not fighting makes sense, but Sam? Sorry, Johnny, but that's just the Miyagi-Do way. What? What the fuck? Johnny goes to talk to Kreese about what he said to him the day before, and he lets him know how bad he made him feel after Daniel beat him in 84. And we get a really nice emotional moment between the two. Kreese hugs Johnny and says sorry, but he can't change the past. And as I said earlier, character development going crazy. They announced that Sam is dropped out and that Cobra Kai has failed to replace Quan, so Axel is automatically champion. Nah, these niggas got replacements. And 2 people walk out. Miguel and Tory. And you know who else comes? My boy, Johnny. Yes, sir, they really got that shit on. Terry's tweaking because now they got Miguel, so you know he knows that they are cooked. Axel's training and Wolf was like, bro, what was that? Let me show you how it's done. And he breaks this dude's arm. This ain't no sport, little bro. You better lock in. You a simp. Stop thinking about Sam. Oh, you simping? Johnny's training Miguel and Tory in the OG dojo. They finish training and Johnny and Miguel are talking outside just like they did in season 1. Miguel tells Johnny that he's finna get it back in blood for Robby. And he tells Miguel that you're not gonna win the fight if you're fighting for revenge. We're at the tournament and before the fight starts, we find out that Dimitri's going to Caltech with Hog. So he crashed out for nothing in part 2. Get this nigga out of my face. Before Zara and Sam fight, Zara is talking mad shit. Robby still loves me. And I'm finna beat your ass. And they get to boxing. Tory has Zara on defense and she is blocking and weaving everything. Zara weaves and hits Tory with the left hook. That's a point. She weaves, blocks, and weaves again. Gets Tory on one leg. She blocks and Zara kicks her in the back, but it's no point. Tory tries to get her while she's on the ground, but Zara just moves out the way. Tory blocks. Zara retreats and puts Tory on the defense. Tory tries to hit Zara with a counter, but Zara's defense goes crazy. Look how she breaks Tory's grab and immediately goes back on offense. Zara weaves the spin kick, blocks, weaves the punch. Get that shit out of here! Zara weaves and kicks Tory in the stomach for a point. And she's not done yet. She keeps applying that pressure on Tory and gets a point. Zara is still on Tory's head and she makes her eat her foot for another point.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
They called timeout and Tory was mad as hell. She was really finna go beat Zara ass while on timeout. Johnny tells her that she's getting baited, but she is not listening. Robby comes in to tell her something, and I shit you not, all he says is this.
I love you, Tory.
Bruh. And I shit you not, with the power of love, Tory becomes a demon. What is up with these two giving each other power-ups? Like she did the same thing for him in part 2, had Mharvv moving like this. You're not light skinned. They start boxing. Tory weaves, weave, block, block, airball, block. Tory starts moving like a light skin. Cause what in the world is all of this? She gets a hold of Zara's leg and she hits the Chris Brown, gets 2 blocks, goes on offense and gets a point. She hits a spin move into a sweep followed by a sit your ass down. Tory goes crazy on defense, blocking and weaving everything. She blocks, weaves, and makes her eat feet. Boom. Tory hits the get that shit out of here. She grabs Zara by the leg, but she breaks the hold. And she tries to hit Tory, but you already know. She out here moving like UI Goku. She weaves, blocks, grabs Zara, and then kicks her. How do you even guard that? Like, you gonna grab me and then kick me while you grabbing me. Tory throws her to the side, kicks, gets blocked, but that's okay. Cause this kick right here is unguardable. Zara gets blocked, weaved, and hit with this nasty ass kick. Got kicked so hard her tooth fell out. Well deserved. And Tory wins. And I know y'all remember what Zara said to Tory in part 2.
Welcome to Barcelona, bitch.
Look what she says here.
Welcome to the valley, bitch.
Yes, sir. Get back. Miguel finds out that Sam is going to school in Japan before the fight. Ryder's really trying to unbalance my goat before he boxes Axel. Silver starts talking mad shit to Daniel. Daniel really don't care, and we get Daniel hitting this.
Cobra Kai never dies.
And we get to the fight that we all been waiting for. Miguel versus Axel. And they get to boxing. And you know Miguel is locked. Look how fast he gets a point. He hits a flying kick only to get blocked into a weave. Miguel does a kick and gets weaved again. He does a sweep in the Hawk's signature flying punch and he gets a point on Axel. Miguel blocks. Axel tries to push him but it don't work. Miguel weaves. He counters but Axel weaves and Miguel returns the favor. And Miguel starts putting a pause on him and he gets a hit in. And Miguel just keeps doing unrelenting offense while Axel can only defend. He moves Miguel's hand. Axel weaves the left hook and grabs Miguel. Miguel manages to get out of Axel's hold and he gets 2 quick points on him. Miguel puts that Miyagi though to work and look how he moves right here. He's actually UI Goku. He makes Axel eat his foot. They go to their senseis and Wolf is tweaking, talking about some, if you let him win, you're less than nothing. Brother, it's just karate. They start boxing again and they start off by weaving each other's punches.
Miguel's kick misses and he tries another. Axel grabs his leg and he hits the hell no. Miguel blocks, weaves, and blocks again, and Axel gets another point. Axel is on defense, but he opens Miguel up right here. He gets a quick lick, weaves again, and gets not 1, not 2, but 3 points. Axel does a cartwheel and puts Miguel on defense, weaves, and gets another point. Axel unleashes this nasty ass move, have Miguel eating the mat. And Miguel was about to get his head knocked off by Axel, but the horn blows and they go to their senseis. I might be cooked. I don't know if I can get the points. It don't matter. Just leave it all on the mat. Miguel tries to put on his Miyagi-Do headband, and Johnny was like, nah, bruh, put this on. And y'all, Prime Miguel is officially back. We're on Wolf and Axel. Break that nigga's spine. But there's no need. I can win without it. What did I just tell you? You already know. They get to boxing. Miguel zooms out the way. He goes for another, only for Miguel to weave. And we start getting flashbacks of Miguel. And he's using moves from his training in previous fights. This shit is so magnificent. Miguel hits Axel with a counter. And he draws blood. Oh nah, this shit crazy. Miguel is locked. We get a flashback of Johnny telling Miguel to use his legs. And that's exactly what he does. And he gets a point on Axel. Miguel's locked in on defense again, and we get a flashback of the counter he hit on Robby in season 1. And he does the same shit to Axel. Miguel gets ready to charge his move, and he opens himself up. Now's your chance, break his back! Axel looks at Sam, and instead of going for Miguel's spine, he goes for a sweep. You know these two right here are tight as hell. Miguel counters, and gets a point. Miguel weaves, counters, he goes on defense, opens Axel up for another point. He gets Axel on defense, and Axel returns the favor. Miguel throws Axel to the side and gives him a knee for a point. Axel tries to throw Miguel, but guess what? He's seen this before. Miguel recovers, and he applies pressure with a kick, and Miguel hits him with the kick he hit on Hawk in season 4. He applies more pressure with another kick and does what he did to Hawk in season 2. He throws Axel to the side, kicks him in the stomach, and makes him eat his foot for the 100th time. Miguel hits the gear 2 pose. We get a flashback of Miguel walking again, and Miguel knocks Axel out. And Miguel wins. This fight was so beautiful. It really reminded me of Obito versus Kakashi. Oh my god. Writers, y'all cooked. Miguel is the definitive #1. Robby stands cry about it. I don't care. If y'all try to defend him in the comments, I may or may not delete it. Would he have won if Axel didn't break his leg? Probably, but the plot demanded he lost. And to piss you Robby stands off even more, just watch this clip.
No one in practice could guard me, so it's really nothing. We can put the camera on him too. Just put the camera on him. That man right there, that's the man who can't guard me.
We find out for the first time ever the Sekai Taikai has ended in a tie. And the only way to break it is to have the senseis box. And you know these two are cooking up some devious shit. Terry's having a tweak session on his boat. You know, we should go kidnap his newborn baby and his wife. I just don't get it, bro. I don't understand his character, bro. Why do you want to win so bad? You want to win so bad, you're going to take his baby and his wife. What is wrong with you? His guard walks out and gets laid out. Bruh. He walks outside to go see who did it, and it was Kreese, smoking that Robby pack. They start boxing, and I am not finna cover this fight, bruh. Hell no. Eventually, some gas spills, and Kreese uses his cigarette to make the boat explode. They're dead. You don't see them again, and I'm pretty sure no one knows that they're dead. And if I haven't said it enough, this was all over karate. Johnny is doing some training before his fight with Wolf, and we get this running scene straight out of Rocky. Wolf and Johnny are talking mad shit before the fight. Johnny gets mad and tries to fight Wolf, and Wolf almost broke his arm. And he was gonna do it, but he was like, nah, I'ma save it for the fight. They introduced Cobra Kai, and I ain't even gonna lie, Chosen and Daniel got that shit on. Johnny and Sensei Wolf walk out, and you already know. They get to boxing. Johnny starts kicking like he's Sanji, but Sensei Wolf is blocking all of that. Right here, Johnny goes for another kick, but you already know. Oh man, that's too easy. Wolf asks Johnny, is that all you got? And look at Cobra Kai watching this fight. It ain't even been 10 seconds and they look like they have no faith in Johnny. Wolf blocks and tells Johnny to get that shit out of here. And then he tells Johnny to come on and hit him. Johnny gets Wolf on defense, and right here is when Wolf takes the chance to open Johnny up for a counter attack. Johnny can't keep up with Wolf's attacks and he gets a point. Chosen and Daniel think that Johnny is afraid, and that's why he's getting cooked. Sensei Wolf hits Johnny with a pump fake, and he falls for it. Look how he's smiling. He knows he's scared. Johnny kicks, Wolf weaves, and weaves again. We done with the 90s, Unk. He blocks all of Johnny's attacks and hits him with a cheap shot to the back of the head. No point. He really tried to give Johnny CTE.
My mistake.
Bro, why are we lying? Wolf weaves Johnny's kick and calls him pathetic. Block, block, weave into an illegal elbow. Why do you have to fight cheap? Where is your honor? The ref calls a timeout because Johnny's nose is bleeding, and Daniel tells him to do his best. Wolf lets Johnny know that playtime is over, and he wastes absolutely no time laying him out. That's a point. Chosen tells Daniel that he needs to get Johnny to lock in, and he calls a timeout to talk to Johnny. He gives Johnny a prep talk, and I really like this scene because it shows that Daniel actually understands Cobra Kai enough to where he can talk like Johnny. If they wanted to make this scene even better, I think they should have somehow added in this. If they somehow got Daniel to say quiet to Johnny, just a cherry on top. Now we got balance, Johnny, and you know he's locked. They start boxing and get into a standstill right here. And Wolf was like, is that all you got? And Johnny responds with this. Boom. Yes, sir. My boy Johnny locked in. Wolf is blocking everything Johnny throws. Right here, he goes for a weave into a block. They both trade kicks and they get a hold of each other right here. And they were not letting go. The ref had to pull them apart. Woo! This fight getting good. Johnny blocks all of Wolf's attacks. Johnny misses his kick and it was right here where Wolf takes his chance to get a cheap shot to the back. No point. And there was no way that attack was not illegal. The ref is on some bullshit. Wolf tries a spin move and Johnny kicks him in the face for a point. It's 2-2. Daniel calls a timeout and tells Johnny to lock in. Wolf's pissed and he was like, I am too. Sensei Wolf gets ready to do the Shaolin Sunset, and it is an actual move IRL. And he used it in part 2, and if you remember what he did to this man right here, then you know you don't want to get hit by it. Johnny starts having flashbacks of the L he took to Daniel in 84. And this time he's not gonna attack first like he did before. He's gonna counter. He looks at Daniel and he locks in. Wolf unleashes the Shaolin Sunset and Johnny goes for a sweep, tripping Wolf. He tries to get a point but Wolf says hell no and trips Johnny. They both get up. Johnny gets in a block and he counters with a game-winning backhand and he lays him out on the mat. And my other goat wins it all for Cobra Kai. Johnny gets his family a house. Hawk and Dimitri get ready to go to Cali. Robby and Tory get brand deals. We see the Koreans again and Chosen pulls up on Kim. She's smiling like she ain't slime out her own grandfather like a month earlier. Sam goes to Japan, but Miguel comes with her to spend time together before he starts school. And the last thing we see is Johnny training his new students. And the show ends. Absolute cinema.